Good afternoon, Scott Fortunoff here, President of Henry Glass. Today I want to show you the August 2023 shipping collections. Let's start out with Kate Maudsley's Heyday, a nice little farm line. We start out here with this little block print with the red check in the background with all the usual suspects on the farm, the barn, the animals, the tractor, etc., etc. Let's check out the selvage while we're here. We have cute little tractors. How cute are those? Really cute, if you ask me. And in addition, we have a 24-inch panel. You can see we got the cutting line here. And again, it's a nice kind of landscape where you can see all the land, the sky, and then everything in the foreground, all the different animals kind of hanging out there on the white. It looks really sharp on the white. It really pops off there really nice. So let's get to the rest of the line. So here we have a stripe, and the stripe has different rows. The rows have the chickens and the roosters, the barns and the tractors, the pigs and the hay, the sheep, and then it keeps repeating. Here we have hexagons with that same red plaid that was in the block print that I showed you in the beginning. We also have the gray plaid, and then inside you have all the different farm motifs, the animals, etc. Here we go to a white ground with the red and green tractors and a little bee buzzing around, as well as some bales of hay. Next we have the pig print, large pigs, little pigs, all just hanging out, little butterflies, some little flowers in there, cute print on a light gray ground. Then we have the next print, which is the packed pigs. So they're all packed in there really tight. Love the little spots and the little swirls on their body. It makes it really cute. And then we go down here, we have a yellow ground print with little bumblebees and little pink and blue butterflies, kind of like a tighter, low volume print. Here we have a gray dot print with all the little chickens and roosters, some little grass and little flowers in there too, as well as bees. Then we go to this little chick print on the blue ground with the white dots and some kind of lines going across, different color little chickies. And then we go on to the white ground with the tractor, the animals, a little bit of everything in a toss, and it's non-directional, which I know you all will like. And then we go here to that check, the red check ground with the different sheep, and then we finish it off with the two blenders, the gray and the red little check. So there you have it. Heyday by Kate Maudsley. The next August shipping collection for Henry Glass Fabrics is Hat on a Cat by mother-daughter team Leanne Anderson and Caitlin Kubler from the Whole Country Caboodle. So we start out here with this 36-inch panel, and I will mention there is a block of the month, but I'm going to talk about that later. So you have the 12 months of the different cats with the different hats and different events going on. So Valentine's Day, St. Patty's, July 4th, and so on and so forth. So this is a really great panel. You could cut up all the different pieces, but we'll tell you about that after. So here we go to the block print. These are smaller blocks with different cats and other motifs, a little pumpkin with mouse, some little like quilting patterns in there. And then we go on to the stripe, and the stripe has the little fish bones and the little different types of cats, and then those same sort of seasonal cats and some other motifs, and then it keeps repeating. So here we have like a cheater quilt or different quilt blocks in a pattern, really nice. Here we have the hats on the creamy color ground with the little cat names in the background. Cat names meaning the type of cat, not the name like, hi, my name is Scott and I'm a cat. Here we have the cream version with the white dot and all the little motifs, the same ones that were in the blocks, whether it's flowers, a little pumpkin, watermelon. Here we go to the second color of that same design. This is the blue colorway. Here we go to the toss all over of the different cats or the different seasons, and then on the background you can see little fish bones. Here we go to the hat print, which is the other version of this one over here. This is a green one. This one's actually upside down, and all the cat, I'll call them brand names, are there. Here we go to the red ground print with the little paws. Again, all the names of the different cats, not their first name, but their type. Here we have the green and the blue version of the little hearts and fish bones, and then we finish it off with a little floral. So I just wanted to talk briefly about the block of the month. So you have a couple options. The seasonal cat panel, which you're looking at right now, can be made into either 12 mini quilts that could be hung on an I Love Cats Ackfield hanger that you could get from the Whole Country Caboodle, or as a block of the month, where there are 12 mini quilts that could be sewn together as one large quilt. There are two versions of that one, and one with the border stripe and one without. The Hat on the Cat Block of the Month is offered as a 13-month program. Each month comes as a separate pattern to make the standalone mini quilt to be used for the 13 months, which includes finishing instructions for the Block of the Month. The Block of the Month patterns are free when you buy the entire collection. If you go to the Henry Glass website, you could fill out the form where you could place your order and let the world know that you are offering this Block of the Month. So check out henryglassfabrics.net and look under Hat on a Cat, and you could find out more details there. Excuse me. So that was Cat on the Hat by Leanne Anderson and Caitlin Kubler of The Whole Country Caboodle. Since we just finished up with Hat on a Cat by Leanne Anderson and Caitlin Kubler, I'm going to move on to another line by Leanne. This is her basic line. It's actually two of her basic lines. It's the Bubble Dot line and the Bias Plaid line. So these are the newest colors. Leanne promised me that this would be it. So we're satisfying all her needs, and she's got really a nice assortment. So she's got these bubble dots. We did the black ground. We have this really soft lemon yellow ground with some orange. We have the green with blue and pink. We have more of a muted tonal gray. Then we go to, let's call it a brown with some greens and blue. Let's call this pink. Let's call this like a really strong orange. And then we finish it off with this turquoise blue. Let's check out the new Bias Plaid. So here we did a brown, gray, black, nice kind of pumpkin orange, a light yellow, and we finished it off with a nice red. So there you have it. Those are the newest colors that we added to Leanne Anderson's Bubble Dot and Bias Plaid basic collections. Hey everybody, Scott Fortunoff here, president of Studio E Fabrics. Today I want to show you our August 2023 shipping collections, and we start out here with Cottage Farmhouse Fusion. This one is by Maureen Fiorellini. Nice soft colored line. And we start out here with these blocks. These blocks, I actually just measured them, and they're 10 by 10. By the way, check out the cute little selvage. So the blocks have nice little sayings. You're so fresh, bloom like a wildflower, bloom your way. It is well with my soul, grow with the flow. So nice little blocks here that you could use as is or cut them up into smaller pieces. Here we have like a cheater quilt with all these little, let's call them hexagons. And you have all the little designs in there, and then this little scratch mark design, which I will show you in a moment. So let's check out the rest of the line. So we start out here with this kind of like a little, kind of like the blender, like the quiet print in the group, little flowers. We have this color, and then we have the blue. I call this color like I guess like a rusty orange. Here we have some white flowers on a green ground with little dots. Here we have these tiny flowers. These are upside down, sorry. Little white flowers with green leaves. Nice little butterfly print on a green ground. Then we have roses of different sizes and shapes on a white ground. And then we go to like a big assortment of flowers, kind of a nice little wildflowers kind of floating around on blue. And then we get to more of the basic stuff. So here we have a fun stripe, a little medallion print with that black flower in the center. Words always do well. These are blue script words. No one even knows how to write script anymore, but they do in this fabric line. Here we have this fun geometric, and then we go back to those kind of scratch marks that we have in the cheater quilt, and then we finish it off with a check. So that is Cottage Farmhouse Fusion by Maureen Fiorellini for Studio E Fabrics. The next Studio E August shipping collection is called Fractal Forest, and it is by Art Loft Studios. And we start off here with this 24-inch panel. This line is digitally printed in Pakistan. You'll see the panel looks really great. The samples that we got are a little bit small, so we got to kind of work with them. But you get the idea here, and you'll see more of the same in the print. So we have these great medallions or flowers and this beautiful tree for the fractal forest. Lots of different colors. And like I said, it's digital because there's so much colors, so many colors going on here, so much color on top of each other. I mean, you could just pull one of these designs on their own, either this or this, and they probably have 18 screens right there. So this is a perfect line for digital. Let me show you the rest. So here is a really cool design. I opened this one up. This is selvage to selvage, so selvage here. So it has these lines that go up and down and kind of like, it's almost like swatches of fabric kind of floating around in there. Then we move on to this. We have this, this light blue ground with these different sized flowers. It almost looks like a kaleidoscope. They're really colorful, really amazing, really just great art. They did a really nice job, the Art Loft Studio. Then we go here to this black ground print with these vines, and inside the vines are different colors from the whole line that tie right in. So it just kind of overlays on top of those leaves. Here we go to a second colorway of this design with all these, I don't know if they're exactly the same, but the same idea. The blue ground with these large flowers and like that kaleidoscope feel in different shapes. Here we go to these kind of like, those look like eyeglass shapes, like the eyeglass spectacles with different colors in each one. Really neat, fun. You could cut those up, they'll be great. Then we go here to this, it's almost like a batik, this one, and we have it in two colors. We have the pink and purple, and then we have the green and yellow with a little purple thrown in too. These are pretty awesome. Here we have more, reminds me more of the first design I showed you with the selvage to selvage design with the lines going up and down. Here we have different circles cut into quarters, like half moons also, but again, overlaying all those designs on top of it, and it just kind of falls in different places. Here we have, so this is a circle one. This would be more of like rectangles or just lines, depends how you look at it. But again, all these designs from the group are just overlaid right in there. And then we finish it off with this cool geometric design. It's like almost like a weave, like a basket. So that is a Fractal Forest by Art Loft Studio for Studio E Fabrics. The next Studio E August shipping collection is Cold Winter Morning by Kathleen Francoeur. I don't know if I've told you this already, but Kathleen Francoeur worked with us as a licensed designer when I started in the business like 17 years ago, and worked with us for 3 or 4 years. Then she disappeared and now she came back, which is really very cool. It's nice to kind of meet again. But here's her line. She did a really nice job here, and she has some other lines in the works. So this is Cold Winter Morning. We have this lovely moose with the scenic and the sun or the moon. Nice little trees in the background, snowflakes on the side. This is a 24-inch panel. We go down here, you have like the silhouettes of some running animals, a little zigzaggy design, and then you go back to the snowflakes. And then here we have the moose head on the selvage. And then we move over to the stripe. So the tones here are great, browns and light grays and blues. So here we have the stripe, and the stripe has, you know, the moose, the canoes, the trees. Did I do this upside down? Yeah, I think I did, sorry. So you got the moose, the canoes, the trees, and then you have like, it almost looks like a photograph of the same, and then we have the snow globes, and then those little design, little animals again, and then it keeps repeating. So here we have that picture that almost looks like a photograph, more of the tonal, really neat, love that effect there. She did a really nice job. So here we have the moose on the dotted ground with the landscape and the sun or the moon. Here we have a nice little snowflake on blue. Here we have a bunch of the little deer on a brownish ground. And then here we go to more of these look like picture frames. The little animals are framed in there, and it overlays on the blue snowflake ground with some little trees. Speaking of trees, we have the trees there, again using all the blue and brown with some white as well. And then we finish it off with these lovely snow globes with the animal images inside. So that is Cold Winter Morning by Kathleen Francoeur for Studio E Fabrics. The final August shipping collection for Studio E Fabrics is Tranquil 3 108 wide flannel. We produce these in Pakistan. These are the 2-ply flannel, so the construction is really nice. It's really nice and warm. So we have 4 different designs here. We went with the blue. We could call these little petals or raindrops. And then we have the black with the little squares kind of going around, moving with a lot of movement. And then we go here to a gray on gray paisley. And then we finish it off with this cream ground with these flowing leaves. So there you have it. Those are all the August 2023 shipping collections for Studio E Fabrics. Hey everybody, Scott Fortunoff here, President of the Blank Quilting Corporation. Let me show you our August 2023 shipping collections. We start off here with Quilter's Haven, and this one is by Satin Moon Designs. And we start with this 24-inch panel. I was actually just measuring all these blocks. They're all different sizes, so you'll have to buy it and use it and figure out what to do with it based on the size. But here we have all these people having so much fun at a quilt retreat. That's the point of this line. Quilt retreat, you go to a quilt retreat center, you sleep there, you sew together, you chit chat, you eat, you drink, you know, you do your whole thing. So really fun line here for all you quilters. Figured you'd really like this. Here on the selvage we did little teacups, little flowers, little hearts. And let's check out the rest of the line. So we started off here with the stripe. So you have all your sewing tools, your rotary cutter, scissors, some pre-cuts. Here we go to the row with the pins, little buttons, a little geo, sewing machines, a little geometric, thread, threaded needles, and then we go and start repeating again, the cutting mat with all the tools on top. Here we have a variety of different selvages. People always like that, that's fun. Here we have these little sewing design, just little threaded kind of lines there, dotted lines in different colors. Here we have Quilters Bingo, little cards on the black ground. Then down here we have little fabric swatches cut up on the cutting mat. And here again we have all the women who are going to be enjoying themselves at the quilt retreat. We have a little crossword puzzle for everyone looking for those quilting words. And then we go down here to fat quarter bundles on a blue ground, a black ground with little treats, coffee, cookies, donuts, and that sort. And then we finish it off here with the cutting mat and all the different tools. That's a nice toss, and it's not one directional, and everyone will like that. So that is Quilter's Haven, and that's for the Blank Quilting Corporation. The next August shipping collection for the Blank Quilting Corporation is called Royal Jelly by Jane Archer. And I wanted to tell you what Royal Jelly was if you didn't know. So Royal Jelly is a milk-like substance produced by worker bees as nourishment for queen bees and their young. Royal Jelly is higher in protein and lower in sugar than honey. So there you go. Nice little lesson there. Anyway, love this line. Love that it's kind of muted with these nice, let's call them like a rusty color, and then lots of white and lots of sketching and lots of kind of, not misprints, but kind of things are missing where you have to fill them in. But we'll talk about that in a moment. Let's dive right in. So we go here and we measure the blocks, and these blocks are about 10 by 10. So you have these nice 10 by 10 blocks with these circles. This is also a print in the line. You could use these as is or cut them out. Cute little selvage here. We did the little bees. Really cool. If you're a bee person, you'll be loving that selvage. And let's check out the rest of the line. So here we have this little stripe. So you have the honeycomb on the bottom, little flowers with the bees around. And see again, like it's a light brown or rusty color. It's very subtle. It almost looks like a little bit of patina, which is cool. But I really like that look. It's very sophisticated. So here we go down to that same sort of look with some honeycombs. And again, like I said, we're missing some honeycombs, which is nice. It's a nice feel. Your eyes kind of fill it in. We have little bees floating around there, and then some florals or little flowers. Here we move on to similar, same idea. The honeycombs got a little bigger. The beehive is now there. We now have the bees are a little bit larger. Here we did a set bee with the little, that looks like a little bit of wheat or a little flower on the white ground with little gray. Here we have the kind of that patina color or rusty or gold color, little spots with the bees flying around. Here we go down to the hexagons, and these are filled with some of the same designs that I just showed you. Here's a great blender in that great color that I keep trying to describe, and really I'm struggling to give it a proper name. Gold maybe, but it's almost like gold clouds. Here is the geometric that was in the panel that you could see in the background if you want to pan up there again. And then we wind it down here with the white ground with the honeycomb. Again, you kind of have to fill them in with your eyes. Here is a full honeycomb all set. And then we have the sketch. This I really like too. Like a little, it's like almost looks like someone's drawing book. Really pretty flowers, very simple, very subtle, very elegant, very sophisticated. That's Royal Jelly by Jane Archer. The next August shipping collection for the Blank Quilting Corporation is called Desert Bloom, and this one is by Allison Stafflin. And we start off here with the 36-inch panel. We don't have that many 36-inch panels that aren't book panels, but this one's pretty awesome. Love how they do the sky in the background and the pinks and oranges and reds and yellows. But the point here is the lines about the cactus or the cacti or the cactum or whatever you want to call them. Got nice cactus going around the corners, or going around the borders. Sorry, all these different beautiful flowers that are growing out of the cacti, cactus, cactum. And then we have the nice rocks down here in the bottom. Let's check out the selvage. We have these cute little soaring birds. Let's check out the rest of the line. It's a small line. It's probably really good for those of you in Arizona, New Mexico, places like that. So here we have the pack design with the cactus, cacti, cactum, blue, green, yellow. Here's the stripe. It keeps repeating like this. So you have the cactus with the beautiful flowers. Then you have the cactus with the beautiful sunset or skyline with the birds flying around. Here we have a little kind of bias, going on the bias with the little cactus flower. Here we go to orange ground that has the cactus texture, and then a bunch of cactus overlaid on that. Here we have a really neat black ground with a really rich purple or burgundy that really pops off their little flowers that are growing out of the cactus. Here we go to a blue ground with the cactus and the white flowers that we had in the panel. Here again we have a pretty packed in cactus print with the cactus and all the different flowers. Here we have the skyline all alone. That beautiful skyline is fabulous. You could use this. This doesn't have to be for this line. This could be with any line, and it will really look amazing. And then we finish with the flowers that are growing out of all the different cactus, cacti, cactum. So that is Desert Bloom by Allison Stafflin for the Blank Quilting Corporation. The next August shipping collection for the Blank Quilting Corporation is called Kaleidographics, and it's by Susan Lind. This one doesn't have a panel. It's really cool, very graphic, geometric. Is it digital? No, it's not digital, which is pretty amazing. So check it out. Let's start here. So we have these, I don't know what I'm going to call those, fans maybe? Really cool fans on a black ground, lots of color in there, really awesome. Here we go to a geometric, looks like a kaleidoscope or a stained glass window with the kind of medallions in there. Here we have, these look like those fidgets that my kids used to play with that were so popular, and they'd spin them around. A 6-pronged little swirly toy on a blue ground, lots of color in there. Here we have a geometric. Again, this looks like a kaleidoscope. I guess that's why they call it kaleidographic. So here we have these little black shapes with all the color in between. Really makes for a very fun design. Cut that up, it'll be awesome. Here we have like an exploding sun, or we could call it a star just for argument's sake, on black. Here we have an ombre. That ombre is from left to right, all the different shades in there. Here we go to more geometric circles and let's call them triangles, and more of those fidget type shapes of that toy that my kids had. Here we have another one of those designs with the black and then the color mixed in. This time it's longer. The black pieces are longer, almost like little kind of dog bones, little squares, little rocks. This is my favorite, the white ground with that kind of exploding circle, sun with rainbow blowing out of it. Really neat. And then here we finish it off with a real kaleidograph on black. So that is Kaleidographics by Susan Lind for the Blank Quilting Corporation. The last and final blank quilting collection for August of 2023 is called Intermix. This is a new basic collection that comes in 20 awesome colors. We will have it in fat quarters, 2.5-inch strips, 5x5s, and 10x10s. So let's check out the colors. We got a nice pink, black, light blue, hunter green, turquoise, rich purple, rich blue, lighter pink, medium green, rich purple, light green, gray, light gray, brown, cream, yellow, rust, red, and orange. There you have it, Intermix. That is our newest basic collection, and that is the last August 2023 shipping collection for the Blank Quilting Corporation.